Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So I'm sorry I've been gone for such a long time. So I want to do kind of like a glam look. I am not that comfortable with gray tones, but I do love how this color looks. And it is the Wet n Wild Don't Steal My Thunder. I got it last year. It is a beautiful, so there's white pearly color, or shimmery. There's a black, I think it's matte. It's a little shimmery in the silver, so the whole thing is shimmery. So I'm gonna make a little mix. I have some, they're all Wet n Wild products I'm gonna be using. This is my little palette that I made with the Wet n Wild palette, and I'm only gonna be using my Milani orange shade here. I kind of made my own palette, took them out of their containers. That's just something I like to do to kind of personalize my palettes. All right, so let's just get started. I'm so excited. So the first thing we're going to do is start with the brows. I've already hydrated my face. I've done all the hydration stuff I have to do. And then I'm going to get started, and we're going to do the eyebrows. So I'm going to start with my spoolie here. Just comb my brows out. And we're going to be using the NYX Brow Gel and Espresso. And I'm going to get started with that. And I'm going to do one eyebrow and then show you guys how I do it. Hey y'all, welcome back. Sorry, I got distracted with my little guy doing some mommy stuff. Alright, so we're just going to get started. I'm going to start priming my eyes. I've already primed my face. I'm going to start priming my eyes. I'm looking for my primer here. It's from e.l.f. and it also has a lock and seal in here. I love this thing. It's like so convenient. It has lock and seal here. It's one of those dough applicator things. So I suggest you use a brush. Then you have here your primer here for your eyes. So I'm going to start with that. I'm not getting close to the eyebrows because I'm also going to be concealing under there just to clean up the brow. I like this here because it's a little thicker than the other one that e.l.f. has. The other eye primer is just a little bit of thicker formula that I prefer, especially now that it's a little dry in the air. So we're going to use my NYX concealer and contour. Pose. Alright, so here we go. We're going to use this light shade here and this one here. We're just going to mix it, and I'm going to be using my, this is from Walgreens. This is the Walgreens brush line. It's Beauty 350, I think, or 360. One of those. It's them. So we're just going to chisel out the brow. See, chisel it out. Use the darker shade for the top. Alright, so now I have done the concealer around my face, around my eyebrows. So then I'm going to take the e.l.f. concealer blending brush, and I'm going to just blend in and buff this out, okay? So just buff it out. I love this brush because it picks up all of that excess of the cream of the foundation. It picks it all up, so then it just like blends everything in beautifully. Look at that, how blended it is. It's like it almost disappears. Look at that. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to set my primer here, and we're going to use from, this is this like yellowish matte tone we're going to use. Let's use this brush here. This is from the, it's a long stemmed, this is the Beauty 360 from CVS. This is a CVS brush. I'm sorry, I suck at brushes, especially the store brushes. I'm just like, what? So we're gonna put this all over the lid. And this is just to help set the primer that I have here. Alright, so now I've set it with the eyeshadow, so we're going to put this aside. Then we're going to use, I'm going to dabble in both of these because the orange is a little bit too orangey, so I'm going to dabble into this little brownish color here that's more like a peanut butter shade. So we're going to use those two, just a little bit of the orange, not too much, because I am going to be using a cooler tone eyeshadow. Alright, so dabble in that, dip into the orange so you see it's a little bit, and then we're going to just go right here into the crease of between my brow bone and my eyeball, right there. I'm not too comfortable using black. It just makes my eyes look really dark, so I tend to stay away from it. So we're gonna just blend this in right here. We're just gonna blend. Use this mirror here, just because this one's a little too far. All right, so we're just gonna blend this in. Just keep dipping a little bit. It's really pigmented, which is why I'm dipping a little bit into it and not like swooshing the brush around. And I am using the Wet n Wild brush. I do use these a lot. These are like my favorite brushes, and they're super easy to clean. So I'm just gonna buff that in there. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna do the other eye and I'll be back. So next we're gonna use this e.l.f. shadow brush here. It's like a little oval, or they call it C shape. And we're gonna go right into the silver color here. And we're gonna place that all over the eyelid. Just place it there, it's beautiful. That. So excited. Let me take my mirror again. So now I'm going to do the other eye and I'll be back. So now we're going to use the shadow brush that I used with the orange tone. We're just going to try to get rid of that line right there so it's not so sharp. So we're just going to buff that in. Just kind of blend it, not buff, I guess you would call it buff. I don't know. So we're just going to blend it to get rid of the harshness of the lines. Just blend that in together. Unless that's what you're looking for as far as an eye look, but I want to have it all like blend smoothly. Sorry if I blocked the... Alright, so now we're going to go into the black, and I want to use... Got more popcorn? So now we're going to use the black, and we're going to use this like precision brush. I say contour brush actually. We're going to use this contour brush. It's kind of like a little tight. And then we're going to use this here to kind of blend that in and soften the look. Okay? So I'm only going to be dipping this one into the black. Okay? And we're just going to go into this little corner section here. Let me make sure I get enough of the black. Grab the mirror. We're going to go right into this little corner here. Like that. I'm just going to do circular little motions. Again, I'm not that comfortable with the black, so I'm just going to go really softly right here. Okay. I'm going to do the other eye, and then I'm going to come back when I'm going to be buffing it in, okay? Alright, so we have the black. See, I have a little bit of fallout. We're going to clean that up at the end. So we're going to take this brush here, and we're going to buff that in right here. Or I should say blend, right? You want to keep it more towards the corner because it is black and it's just going to cover the, you know, the hood of the eye. So I do want to bring it in just a little bit, but I don't want to use the actual black directly onto the eye to blend it in. So we're just going to blend it. I'm going to do it just like that. Just have to move my mirror so I can see. See? And I'll be back. So now that I've blended it all in, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. cleansing cloth. These are amazing. They're $3. I live by these. I love these. I always wipe my face first with these before I cleanse my face, just to make sure all the makeup is completely off. So I just took a piece of it, and we're just going to clean around the eye, like this. I'm not done yet, but I do want to take the black off because I don't want it to set into the wrinkles of my face. Alright, so we're just going to clean up. See? I'll be back. Alright, so now we're going to take this pearly white color here, and we're going to slide it right under the brow, just a little bit. Just tap, 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 tap. Not too much because then it becomes like, whoa. They're very, very, very pigmented, the Wet n Wild little palettes. I was actually surprised how pigmented they were. I was like, let me dip, but let me not dip again. And then I'm just going to buff it in like slightly like this. Because it is raw. Okay. Take this brush here and we're going to buff all that in together, blend it in. Okay. I'm just going over where I just went over with the white with this, just to blend it in. See? Just pick up a little bit of the product to get in that brow bone right there. Just putting it in the brow bone here, just to blend all that in together. There's a lot of blending when I use the black, just because it does take over my eyes. Take this brush and I'm just going to buff everything together. Just to not have any of those harsh lines of the colors, the dimensional colors is coming down. I'm just going to just blend this in like that. Bam. So there are the eyes. And I'm going to start with the foundation. I have my little guy standing right here. Yes, I can help you. Wait. Alright, so now it's time for foundation. I'm using my Real Techniques brush, using my Fit Me 240 and my Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 concealer and foundation, and this is going to be shade 09 Tan. Alright, so we're just going to put one pump of the tan because it's darker than my complexion, just slightly. We're going to use the Fit Me 240, put a little bit on my hand. Right here like that. Right, so I'm just going to also use my Age Rewind Concealer Elasticap. So I'm using this other one. And I'm going to just put this under my eye. I'm going to use a lot of it because I am using black. So I have to make sure that I lighten up a lot under here. So I'm going to do this. And then just a little bit on my nose. I always do it crooked. There we go. Alright. Right there. And around my lips. Alright, so I'm going to apply the foundation around the area. And then I'm going to buff everything in together. So I'm going to blend all this in now, like this. I'm going to finish applying this under the eye. So now I'm going to blend all of this in. So we've blended everything in. I also ended up using this brush to finish blending in under my eye, blending the concealer. So now I'm going to use my Ben Nye banana powder. I placed a little bit inside the cap here, and I'm just going to bake a little bit under my eye. And before I buff it all in and blend everything together, I'm also going to use my setting powder for my face, which is more something that's more my skin tone. Alright, so we're just going to place them under here just to set this concealer down. So I'm going to take my Real Technique sponge, and I'm just going to tap all over to pick up any excess foundation. Remember, my skin is oily. It is combination skin, and my skin does tend to get oily, and the Milani foundation is a little thicker, so that can help produce a little bit more oil than normal. And I did hydrate extra today because of my dry skin that I'm experiencing right now. Okay, so I'm going to be back with my setting powder. So now we're going to use my Mary Kay mineral foundation. I love this stuff, and it is in shade 1.5 beige. It's just perfect for my skin tone. I'll just find my Mary Kay mineral brush, and we're just going to apply this all over the face. What's cool about this mineral foundation, that if you just apply your moisturizer and use this, it's like using your liquid foundation, and it's a very sheer coverage. You get like medium coverage, you get pretty much, but you can build up to it. It is powder, so you don't want to go too, like build up too much like you could with a liquid. So it's like a medium, and if you want full, you just do a sheer foundation coverage and then apply this, and you'll have a full coverage on your face. So you do circular